स्ट्रीम हो चुकी है शुरू। क्या भाई देखिए आपके सामने लाइव यहाँ पर स्क्रीन आ जाती है। जैसे ही मेरी लाइव स्क्रीन आती है मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग हो रही है क्रिकेट मैचेस की एंड हियर आर द रिजल्ट। 150 स्कोर हो चुके हैं। दिखा देता हूँ यहाँ पे देखिए इसको दिखा देता हूँ 150 स्कोर हो चुके हैं, 5 आउट हो चुकी है। लाइव जा रहा है, लाइव जाने के बाद इसको मैं देखिए 151 स्कोर हो गए। अभी देखिए मैं आपको ये दिखा देता हूँ 151 स्कोर वेबसाइट के ऊपर भी है कि अभी 151 स्कोर और 5 आउट है। आप देख रहे हैं लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग शुरू हो चुकी है। आप देखिए ये वाली सारी की सारी स्क्रीन आपने आप 150 स्कोर हो चुकी है। लाइव जा रहा है, लाइव जाने के बाद इसको मैं देखिए 151 स्कोर हो गए। आप देखिए मैं आपको दिखा दूँ 151 स्कोर वेबसाइट के ऊपर भी है कि अभी 151 स्कोर और 5 आउट है। आप देख रहे हैं लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग शुरू हो चुकी है। आप देखिए ये वाली सारी की सारी स्क्रीन आपने आप 150 स्कोर हो चुकी है।
Didn't control it, and with the outside of his foot, it was across the ball. Also, I don't just see United try again. They would do have something to get the time. Put it back in. It's the touch. Yeah, that's one of the attributes I actually like about it. Is the fact that I like it. If you get the ball first, the team gets the ball back, I think it could be pretty lethal. That's also a good sign for one-day internationals and T20s. He's got a kind of action where it's got a bit of tail in it. Quick through the air. As his career goes on, we have to watch the space, but there'll be an odd spell where the reverse swing will play its part and he'll be nicely effective.
Not the money. The other thing that I find impressive about him is often you'll hear people say he bowls a quick ball. Whereas you really want a fast bowler to bowl a quick spell, he seems to maintain his pace for an entire spell. I'm really sitting in this commentary box thinking. Disappointing is the best first. That's what he was saying, a lot more to work with. And Serve was sort of offensive assistance for him. Just out there. I'm excited to see where he goes. Honestly, I hope he stays injury free for a period of time and really gets every opportunity. Because he's involved a decent controller and he's obviously young and and that is hurrying up batters on a decent service. That's what he's got to do in his year back. They just haven't had that kind of custom for many, many years. Look at arms now, pace. Jordan is one of your old teammates, Ahmed, when he was here. Just started to see his bowling coach. He just started to see the emergence of a number of fast bowlers. I say fast bowlers, I know the term often gets used to those that are in the 130s. This young man is over 140 and previous delivery was over 140. But you do have the likes of Tuscan Ahmed, who touches 140 every now and again. Sharp with his slump left arm, exactly the same. Hassan Mahmoudi, he's not quite as quick, but he's got a lovely little skill. I like Hassan. I think he's got some wonderful skill. He's a real fan. He's, you know, to just really suit them. I've seen them on the ball, like, really down to 47.7, so that's probably come close to 120. I think it just does give them the option to go away. We saw them putting New Zealand and make it down to the end of the fast bowlers. That gives them options to win test matches. Fast bowling perspective. They'll run hard. It's a couple, yeah. 22 for 5. Bangladesh have got a couple of test matches in the West Indies that are just around the corner. One in North South. Kingston, Jamaica. Talking about fast bowlers, Sean. The West Indies services aren't quite what they were in the 70s, but I think the makeup of the Bangladesh attack sound. That will probably come to who we experienced over the services are starting to go up and down and they're playing fast bowlers. You get it nice and hard, you get that variable bounce. So often some good carry on some of the ground. So I think I don't know, might be really effective when you get to the fast bowlers playing them hard. I mean obviously Chowdhury is the key to split the hard wicket. Whereas plays because of the contribution he can make with the bat. So they've got those two spin options going. Two, maybe three good seamers. It'll be interesting. South Africa is enjoying it. The last time, they're not very much this time when they put it out. They can always open up a spot for a third seamer. They've got a number of wicketkeepers that are squad of those who are playing today, but quite guys who can make their starting 11. Or you can push for Karagi, or players about it. You can also keep wickets, so there is an opportunity for them to play those seamers if they wanted to. Two of them needed would have picked one for each maybe some of that and for a long period of time. And stuff like that. Ryan Rickles had been Arena had spent a lot of time with Greece. 4, 2, 3 for 5. South Africa came out after lunch and in the very first delivery for 4 since they've received quite a few defensive strokes. And I don't know what that plan is moving forward. I know that 5 down, there's no time to panic, but I keep going down Polly. Is that time? Everything now in this test match is time. And it's not a question of South Africa just saying, well, we can draw this because if we win the series, they need a win. You know, try and secure points as soon as you can. This is an opportunity, particularly for strong versions who sit far down corner 23 degree on the board. They are dictating terms of this match at the moment. Dictating the 5 days more, so we got caught up in that as well by saying, well, we've been concerned that South Africa haven't pushed on. No, I think we maybe are, but I guess it's the nature of the service, you want to give yourself as much time, but we had our the last 8 days of 3 results. That was because they were rain affected. That was at that time. Since then, the New Zealand series and England and Pakistan series have just been results. He's got his wicket. He's really has deserved it. He's run it, he's charged it, he's tried his best, and eventually he gets his little edge. Tajul, maybe he's a little bit upset. Got to admire the young man. This is his 18th over, he's running hard yesterday, again today. He's hit the wicket and says, well, if you're going to keep down a little bit, or you're going to bounce a little bit for me, I'm going to be consistent in the area. That one just stays down ever so slightly. And Ryan Rickleton goes for 12. But we're just scrapping back here. Session number 2. South Africa 14-3 for 6.
लाइव चलन है बाकी सरकारी आवाज 403 वीडियो
Sunning all round and the left arm spinning all round us. It just stays down a little bit. If he doesn't balance it too much, he would have admitted that it was actually the same as sunning all round and the left arm stream all round up. Managed to get the ball back onto the stump. And in the middle of the queuing. And it just stays down a little bit. If he doesn't balance it much, he would have admitted that it was actually the same. Really has tried hard, and you look at his replay pace, and as you can understand what he wants to stop just for our middle of the queuing, and has been able to as I said, the only many disappointed were Rickleton. You really charged up hard, and I can't get top, it's a good pace. Last time we were 141 kilometres per hour, and for that record, fantastic, that number 8 doesn't look it. As I said, the only men disappointed were Rickleton and Tajul because he now can't get 10. Roll with that record walking in at number 8. Round the wicket. Okay, and he will have his tail up. Leave. Round the wicket. He will have his tail up. The rain conditions will be rolled out. I just don't think you're in the South African dressing room with the management that you want the game to come to a grinding halt. I don't want the scoreboard to move and rolled out. I just don't think or you want to get bowled out because you just don't want to waste that time.
What if it's a surprise birthday party that lights up the room with pure joy? A majestic sunset, the kind that takes your breath away. Or a painting you made. These moments shape your stories. Capture these moments. Introducing Vivo V40 size Portrait So Pro.
Down the wicket.
Brings the bowling attack before you even bowl.
Winston, there was going to be massive intent players this week. The first ball, as you mentioned, went to the fence. But Brian Reynolds and Mulder are there. some good kicks. And he tried to push on with guarantees playing the next test match in South Africa because South Africa will just go with one spinner and it's bound to be Keza Mara. He wants that away nicely.
Player that struggles quick,
So they will pull it in.
the thigh pad. Those both beautifully obviously.
Now it's not an injury.
Yeah, some
Probably down to it.
later on was
A few good innings in the domestic careers for South Africa. They could have back 4 years of age. It's always hard score for his design. India. Someone got out. I'm sure that the king or someone must have got out. Australia.
we watched that closely.
The popping grease, good kicks. And he tried to push on when it was loose.
Good on, successful over for Naeem Rana, 4-2-6-6. Player that's struggling with his balance and transit to the thigh pad. He's played those both beautifully obviously. Yeah, some players later on.
Good innings. Domestic careers. Absolutely hard score 49. Someone got out. I'm sure they didn't declare when he was 49.
We spoke about moisture. I'm not sure there's that service has seen much moisture of late.
So sure you spoke about Bangladesh game.
Good on, successful over for Naeem Rana. That 4-2-6 test match in Sri Lanka, then 2-2 against Pakistan. What players will be knocking on the door to come back into the test fold here?
You can't see fast bowler what I don't think he's done very good. Here might be missing his comprehensive training, but he's got to play. Here I think giving it away. Faithful and
That will turn. But you spoke about moisture. I'm not sure there's
trying to do that in the service has seen much moisture of late. So you would think another 2 and a week okay.
So sure you spoke about Bangladesh going to Pakistan, going to the West Indies, South Africa going home, 2 test matches in Sri Lanka, 2 Durban in Pakistan. What players are knocking on the door to come back into the test fold here?
You can't see
That's for Sri Lanka, the son of Chowdhury, that played some really good played some. They all feel as though they split the hunt as well. And that's a real good series. That's a round of play. Here South Africa versus Sri Lanka. Both 2 all victories are once required.
I think you've got some victories over South Africa. Obviously trying to do a good test before this test, but failed that. So you would think another 2 weeks he would be okay. South Africa Durban is pretty against Sri Lanka next week. Test match 5 and South Africa over the last year or so.
Resurgence of Sri Lanka under son of Chowdhury, and they give us a bit of context to the place. They all feel as though they're still in the hunt as well. So that's a real good series. That's around Australia to South Africa versus Sri Lanka. Both plenty of context now to those sort of victories are what's required.
2 months off international over South Africa. The first week of the first week is the first week in January. That's what South Africa have got to look forward to, and then the SA20 competition happens after that. Brief series against Pakistan before Champions Trophy. What South Africa's waiting. South Africa's seen some test cricket between
That is been a little bit of flack South Africa with regard to Republic over the last year or so to see them in the test series, but at the end of the calendar year, maybe just give a bit of context to the turnaround to the world. And I mean, I know that regulations are on India or World Cup of Australia tour, but World Cup finals, there's plenty of context now to those trips.
The only thing they haven't won is the America's Cup, which I don't think they've participated.
Week of November, the first week of January, that's what South Africa have got to look forward to, and then the SA20 competition happens after that. Brief series against Pakistan before Champions Trophy. South Africa.
They came in for a little bit of flack, 100 with regard to what they sent to New Zealand for the Test series, but at the end of the calendar year, or maybe just early next year, they could turn around to the world and say, Rugby World Cup winners, Women's World Cup finalists in cricket, Men's World Cup finalists in cricket, and a World Test Championship final. The only thing they haven't won is the America's Cup, which I don't think they participated.
Come on, that's right.
That's their last 3 series in this cycle of the championship. Beat the West Indies, that's their most recent 1-1 lost to New Zealand in what can only be termed a controversial 150 series because South Africa hoping to postpone that series. New Zealand said no. So the weekend team was set. Although there's a number of those players that are still in the setup here now. That is a proper shot.
Not to do with the pace that it gets to that makes it look so impressive, 142 kilometers per hour, but he was in a wonderful position was being built up. He didn't even have to move off, just a little bit of a stride forward. The meat of the bat, slightly over the series. But that's as good as it gets. That's the kind of shot you will be looking to
West Indies, that's their most recent 1-1 lost to New Zealand in what can only be termed a controversial series because South Africa were hoping to postpone that series. New Zealand said no, so the weekend team was set. Although there's a number of those players that are still in the setup here now. This man's on his back.
She left the delivery, the last over, where it was pretty tough.
That is a proper shot.
Well, watching as well. Not to do with the pace that it gets to that makes it look so impressive, 142 kilometers per hour, but he was in a wonderful position was being built up. He didn't even have to move off, just a little bit of a stride forward. The meat of the bat slightly over pitch. That's as good as it gets. That's the kind of shot you will be looking to copy.
That's another good cricket shot from Ahmed. He's looking in good touch. Played well in Mirpur. Good continuing that form. Whatever this man's on
his
his back.
crickets and the Wanderers. She left with Johannesburg and passed over, next to bounce and come on nice where she gave us time to listen up to kids. Looked to punch off the back foot and he was in really good control. So his tippy toes just to make sure that he got to the top of the bounce. Opened the face slightly, but that's 2 quality shots.
लाइव होने चलेगी बैठाई दे वीडियो नहीं होगी अपने की नहीं मेरा चैनल इतना मेरे चैनल पे वीडियो नहीं अपने चैनल पे लाइव चलेगी
That's another good cricket shot from Mulder. He's looking in good touch. Played well in Mirpur. Continuing that form, and he has to learn to adapt, which I suppose is a major part of his cricket. And the one that top of that as well.
Tends to bounce and get things a little surprised to punch off the back just to make sure that he got to the top of the bounce. Bit of a concern. People thought he was going to fade away into the reserve when it comes to services during January in his career.
Wanderers where it bounces and carries away. He can't swing it at best, sure, and he's in the middle of the bat as well. Doesn't carry to the keeper. But he has to learn to adapt, which I suppose is essential if you're going to be a top-class player. It's a nice and big certainly not, pushing it prior or anything.
But
lets the
right.
cup surface exposed. Great arena for young cricketers, and he's definitely benefited from it. One stage his test career and one day career was kind of dwindling, and it was a bit of a concern because people thought he was going to fade away into the sunset. From that He's regenerated his career 3 for 6 on playing that county cricket.
चल हूँ ठीक है हाँ 2 मिनट से पहले तकरीबन फिंगर कम करेंगे
Sweet. One on off the middle of the bat as well.
क्योंकि फुट में बढ़िया खड़ा हो गया तकरीबन
It's a nice lane, I think. Not pushing at the ball or anything, he just lets it come.
South Africa after 438 was 6. Bangladesh getting a wicket. Post lunch, like Rana bowled with a lot of heart.
8 from that over. 3 8 for 6.